Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of B2B Tips to Grow and Transform. And today we have another amazing guest who is in Gold Coast, right, Carla? And in the resilience coaching and marketing area. So to start with, can you actually introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Yeah, hi Jenna. It's so good to be here with you and share this episode. It's so great. So, yeah, I'm Carla Caswell. I'm a resilience coach, helping individuals and teams really uncover that resilience so they can get their personal and professional growth. And then I also run a digital marketing business for coaches and small business owners.
Oh, wonderful. Right. So how long have you been in both business and what was your business growth journey like?
Yeah, so I think the marketing business has been going for almost 3 years now. And the coaching has sort of come out of that, even though it's something I've probably done my whole life. But officially it's probably come out of it in the last 6 months to a year. Um, and yeah, I would say, the entrepreneurial journey is not an easy one. It can be a very sort of isolating journey. It can be quite challenging in terms of wearing all the hats, that you suddenly have to become, the HR person and the salesperson and the finance person. And but it's also hugely rewarding as well, just in terms of being able to build something for yourself, for your family, for your future.
Right. So from what you just said, it sounds like you started your digital marketing company first, and then resilient coach just come, from there. What has inspired you to do that?
Yeah, so I think with my background in advertising agencies and things, it's it's come about for me that that was a huge trait that I had to have in order to actually just survive in the industry. Because it's very fast paced, it's very demanding. There's a lot of emotional, people you work with because they're all creatives. So through working with my clients, I've also realized on this entrepreneurial journey that a huge amount of resilience is needed to be cultivated in order to just keep going. On those days where you just think, "Oh my God, I can't do this anymore," like it's just too much. And that's where we have to build in this resilience. And I think it's really important, and even more so, as small business owners, where we're marketing ourselves in a very public space now, and we're having to make ourselves quite vulnerable in the world, of social media and all of this. And so, resilience is a great thing because it's not something you're born with. It's something you can cultivate. It's a muscle you can strengthen. But I find that it's very key to your growth mindset and building that stamina to keep going within your business or your career.
Yeah, so that's so true. Like throughout this journey, there are always hurdles and challenges, and that's very crucial thing for us to have. But can you share one of your experience or maybe your clients, that what is the biggest challenges or maybe the resilience has helped them to go through, breakthrough?
Yeah, so I think like it sort of touched on, it's especially in those moments where you're knocking on doors, trying to sell your products or your services, and you're just getting nothing. Some months might be great, some months on just non-existent, and having that resilience to just get up and keep going and to keep doing those things that are not always very glamorous. It's all the back end stuff that you have to do, the calls you need to make, the outreach, the networking. So I think resilience is really important in that respect. And then just slightly off resilience, but I think one of the biggest challenges that I've noticed myself has gone through and my clients go through regularly is that shiny object syndrome. So as entrepreneurs, we're always kind of looking to, we're ambitious people. So we're always looking to grow and better ourselves and learn more and, be able to provide our clients with, more information or experience or skills. And so there is this tendency to sign up for all these courses or these programs or, another mindset course or challenge. And I think it can really get us off track of what we want to do and why we started our businesses in the first place. And I think the more that we diversify our attention, they say where your focus goes, energy flows. The more we diversify our attention, the less focused we are on what we offer and what's unique to us in the business world. And so I think that's probably such a big challenge to overcome, because you want to be great, you want to do well, but it's also about really just trusting, one, why you got into this business, what you're doing it for, your big why of why am I even in business, and what are you wanting to give to your clients, and that's unique to you. And yes, while I'm all for personal development, it's just really about making sure that that personal development is in line with where you want to go and it's not distracting you.
Wow, that's amazing. I will summarize a little bit after this because I want to dig out a little bit more from you, because I've got a couple of tips for everyone. So any other things like on the resilience, or on your growth journey, is there any other thing that you want to share with everyone as your insights or experience or tips? Yeah, grow.
Yeah, I think maybe also the other thing for me that has been quite challenging is kind of that self motivation, and really getting myself organized. And I think some of the tools and stuff that I use, like my Google Calendar, is my absolute godsend. I literally color code everything in there. So things that are calls are one color, client work is one color, so that literally when I look at it, I can see exactly what's going on in my day. I can also see where I've maybe got, too much creative work that I need to do, or too many calls that I need to do, and I can relook things. I think that's been, getting organized like that has been key to my growth journey, and just my sanity, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things for us to remember. And I always say to people, if it's not in my calendar, it doesn't exist.
Right, wonderful, wonderful. Any other tips or tips?
What else? I think, again, probably, Google is my friend, my Google Calendar, but also Google Docs for me and my clients has been amazing. So having Google Docs where you've got a live document that you can then feed back and forth with each other has been amazing. So if I do any marketing copywriting, or I've got just a summary of our status, people can update those documents, and we're not trying to go back in emails and find the last minutes or notes or things that we've got one document that we work off, and we can just go back and forth on that, which I think saves us so much time and mental capacity.
Right, exactly right. Right. So thank you so much for sharing all these insights. And I kind of summarize in a few points. I think first of all, Carla mentioned that to facing the reality is the key, right? Rejection is everywhere. And I think when we start a business, we're expecting this, expecting that. But a lot of time there's like a vertical door in front of us. It's totally different from what we thought. I think face the rejection, or maybe facing the reality, is the very first step to be resilient. Would you agree with that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the second part Carla is mentioning, very important part, is filtering the attractions, because we're in this world full of information and attractions, all of the things. And as Carla mentioned, shiny projects, like all the things. So we got to be really, as part of when we be resilient to facing the restrictions, we also need to be filtering all the attractions, holding our ground to be centered, to really stick with our why, like what Carla mentioned, stick on our journey to focus, right? Yeah, and so that's really crucial, and really thank you for that. The last part, she did mention about based on those 2 points, we need to be self-disciplined and self-motivated all the time, and embrace all the tools like calendars or Google or Docs or Google Drive, and all this, even AI now coming up, right? So we use all those to really utilize our inner resilience to face auto changes. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing all your tips on your previous journey. So now I want to ask you, what are your current challenges, or maybe even your clients are facing some of the things you are wearing? Can you share some with our audience? Yeah.
Yeah, I think from a practical sense, I think as you grow, trying to find the right people to bring into your business, I think is very challenging as a small business owner, because you don't have huge budgets, but you want to get in quality people. So it's really can be quite challenging to find people that you don't have to spend hours micromanaging, but also somebody that you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands,
Yeah.
of dollars per annum hiring people. So I think that's, as we grow, that can be often quite a difficult thing for business owners, and also letting go of that control as well, allowing people to actually step in and help you, I think is a big challenge as you expand. And then I love the mindset stuff, because I think a lot of the time in entrepreneurial journeys, this gets in the way of all the other stuff. We use the other stuff as an excuse, but actually, as we grow, we're going to push out of our comfort zone every time. So we're going to come up against another trigger or another insecurity that's going to make us nervous to get to the next level. And so that we need to be really, just constantly working on ourselves to be able to build up the confidence that when we get to that next hurdle, that we can get over it each time. Because there's always going to be a bigger client you're going after, or a more challenging presentation you're going to do in front of a bigger audience, or any of these things. So each kind of step in the journey is going to bring up some stuff, and I think it's really important to be aware of those things, process them, and just really trust. Again, going back to like, why am I doing this? What's motivating me to get up and push through this every day?
Right, wonderful. So in that case, would you like to shout out to the audience that if you have any offer or any suggestions or anything that you want audience to know, to shout out? Yeah, let us know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got a Resilient Minds program that I run, which is made up, it's basically built bespoke to what you need. So depending on whether you're a small business or a larger corporation. So I do workshops, I do talks. So yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, Carla Caswell. So feel free to reach out there if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you want to know from a marketing perspective as well.
Yeah, right, right. Fantastic. So everyone keep in mind that Carla has a wonderful marketing agency, and as well as helping the mindset of resilience. And as mentioned, I think creating quality leads, it's all the business owner we're looking for, and with a cost-effective manner. I think that's really important, right? So we all have a limited budget to ease our cash flow. Running the business is all over the overall balance. So yeah, quality leads with a cost-effective manner. Sounds like Carla has solution there. So feel free to reach out to her. And also, I think as you mentioned, growth is a journey. We're constantly growing, break through our own comfort zone and go to the next level. And I think resilience is the key throughout the entire journey. And it seems like Carla has a wonderful methodologies or tools, or maybe mindsets, ways to help each other to hold each other's hands to go through this journey together, right? So
We can do it.
yeah, we can do it. I think together we can soar together, right? Like this is stronger power. So really, thank you. So at the end, do you have any final words for our audience?
No, I think actually just, looking at your strapline there, imagine you're a pilot. That's exactly it. Get behind the wheel of your plane, and just make sure that it's going in the right direction, and always be they say direction is way more important than inspiration. So because you can have all the inspiration in the world, but if you're not heading in the right direction, then you're not going anywhere. So, always just kind of come back to, what is it that I'm in business for? What is it that I'm wanting to achieve? And just stick with that. Like, put the horse blinkers on and just go.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, this airplane, that's the example of imagine everyone become the pilot. And like Carla said, if we are certain with our directions and grounding ourselves, just focusing on it, right? Don't get distracted. And we just keep doing it, what we do, and find suitable ways and methods and people to help us along the way. And of course, the most important thing is be resilient by ourselves, because we are the key to make our business grow all the time. Thank you very much,
Absolutely.
Carla, and really love to have you. And
Thank you.
reach out to Carla, and we're looking to see you next episode. Thank you.